Morning, guys. Time for another cup of coffee. If you haven't joined us for our first Coffee Time video, you'll see it's a new series. This is number 2. This is a raw, unedited format. I don't do anything fancy. I don't do a bunch of cuts. You're going to notice that it's apparently a very loud morning here in my neighborhood. I don't know why it's never this loud at this time of day, but my neighbor's dog that's never out is out barking incessantly, so I apologize for the barking, but this is what you get with Uncut. In fact, it got so loud a few minutes ago I actually had to stop and start over again because I was good with what I said, but you couldn't hear me between 5 dogs barking and everything else going on. But this is time for just us. Take a couple quiet minutes together, enjoy a cup of coffee with God, and have a conversation out loud. See what comes of it. You guys, I don't know if you can see my cup. I'll see if I can zoom in on it. Look, fancy new camera so I can zoom in on things. There we go. Let's see if it focuses. I don't know. Of course. Focus. Focus. Nope. Not gonna do it. Well, it was worth a try. So Dave got me this mug. It's got a Tough Mudder saying on it. I kind of introduced Dave and Zeke to Tough Mudders. It says, when was the last time you did something for the first time? And Dave's talked about this idea before, and it's an interesting concept. Because sometimes you don't realize how often you don't do that. I'm prime race season right now, our event season, whatever you want to call them for us, because I don't really race, I just do the events. And I don't even necessarily do them well, I just do them because I enjoy them. But I'm not really doing a whole lot new. I'm running a lot of the same courses. Dave and I are actually going the week after ACP up to Canada to do a new race, so I guess that's a new thing. But it's a concept we don't spend a lot of time with because we get settled into routine. I'm a routine person. I kind of run the clock at ACP. You guys have probably heard Dave say that because I live by a clock. I mean, just obsessively, sometimes to a negative point. I'm good at staying on time and being on time to things, but I don't really. I like schedules. I like routine. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong, it's something I like. It makes my life flow a little more how I want it to. And so I'm a big routine guy. I like knowing what I'm doing. I put my vacation request in. If you're in high school, you haven't learned how to do that yet, but basically you have to, if you're an adult, you know what I'm talking about. I put my vacation request in. We're not allowed to put them in until the first of the year. My first day back in the new year, I already know what my vacation requests are for the rest of the year, and I put them in. I had ACP marked as off on my calendar back in January because I know when it's going to be. I had all my obstacle course races marked down because I know when they're going to be. And while I love the saying, it is good. You need to try new things. You need to get to do some things to take you out of your comfort zone, by all means. But guys, there's some great things about routine. And part of establishing a healthy routine is what keeps you focused and helps you excel. You look at guys like Elon Musk, or Bill Gates, or Steve Jobs, big names that you'll recognize that have had, you know, they're major millionaires, billionaires. I can't calculate errors. I mean, they're big money guys with big businesses, and guys, they live and die by their routine, by their schedule. They know. They have assistants for their assistants who keep them on schedule, on task. They know what they're doing for the next month, 2 months, 3 months at a time. They have to make predictions for years at a time. Their plan starts in 2018 and takes them through 2024. I mean, it's insane. But one of the successful things you can build in having a routine is just really easy when you focus on doing new things or focus on let that go past. Focus on being in the moment and being spontaneous. It's really easy sometimes, which is really cool and hip to do. Sorry, I shouldn't use that word, I know. But how about your time with God, guys? How many of you guys actually have a routine fit with God? So if you caught our ACP Faith in a Minute video, and I hope you guys liked that series, I hope you guys are watching that series. They're short, and we've actually got it down to a minute. I know for like the first year, they were more like faith in 2 or 3 minutes, but they're down to a minute. That's something we set a goal for earlier this year. Dave set a goal for me, and we're down to a minute-long videos. So guys, anybody's got a minute, you can watch it in any format. You can watch YouTube. Watch it on your television, watch it on your phone, watch it on your computer. 1 minute. 1 minute, just devotional thought for the week. Once a week, that's all. But guys, if you watch our last Faith in a Minute, then, you know, taking time, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it having coffee with God, because I like to have coffee. And, you know, any reason to have coffee is a good reason for me. But, you know, my wife likes to have quiet time. We've had meadow time at camps and other events. Guys, a few quiet minutes with God gets really hard to do the busier you get. And you guys are all incredibly busy. You know how this works. I hope the audio on this turns out. It's a new camera, so I don't know. We'll find out. Guys, y'all are so crazily busy. Loud. This morning's loud in my neighborhood. Guys, you are so incredibly busy in your lives. I have the privilege and to be a part of some of you guys' lives, to get to see it from the outside. And man, it's insane. You guys, I think I'm busy, and I look at y'all's schedules, some of y'all's schedules, and it's just, I'm flabbergasted at how busy you are. And it's so easy to let time slip by. When I was still a paid youth minister, working at a church up in Skagit Valley, I had this conversation with one of my teenagers one day. Because she had so much going on in her life. I was like, okay, when are you going to put in time for Bible study? You know, we had 3 classes a week that she normally attended, and she started getting so busy that she was having a hard time making it to one of them. And I understood if she couldn't make it to all 3. We had 3 classes because we had 3 venues to make sure that we were fitting everybody's needs and that everybody had a chance to go to a class. But I understood not meeting all of them. But I asked her, it's like, how are you going to do all these things and still have time to come to class? Or still even have time outside of coming to class? How are you going to have time to sit down with God? Guys, it's an important thing to schedule into your day. Like, I even struggle with it. And I mean, Dave and I have always been honest with you guys and try to be transparent. We don't pretend we're perfect. We don't have all the answers, because we don't want to lie to you guys. We want you to see us for who we are. We want you to know that it's difficult. We want you to know that everybody struggles with making enough time for God sometimes. But guys, it is so important, and it makes such a huge difference in your day. I'm not asking you to carve out an hour of Bible study a week or a day. I'm asking you, or even a week, I'd love you to go to classes with your congregations or other youth groups you go and are involved with. I don't care. Wherever you go, and if you give, 2 or 3 hours of your time a week to God, going to classes and growing closer to Him and learning more about Him, great. But I'm talking about 2 to 5 minutes a day. Can you spend 2 to 5 minutes a day? Well, guys, that's getting hard anymore. I mean, it sounds easy, but 2 to 5 minutes a day. Do you actually cut that out of your time schedule for God? Do you manage to get that in? I'd love to hear about how you do it. Comment down below. Tell us all about it down in the comment section. Guys, I read every comment. I swear. I read every single comment that comes in on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, anything you send to us, we get. Our email, we get it all. And we listen to it and we respond to it. Guys, tell us how you do it. But, I mean, unless you put it in your schedule, it's so easy to get too busy to remember. Now, you guys remember the story, and I'll get this wrong somewhere. I don't remember if it was Elisha or Elijah. Is it me, or am I the only one who confuses those guys? I mean, I think I've talked to other people, but I think it's not just me, right? I'm not the only one who confuses their stories. The names are too similar. But one of them was hiding on a mountain, right? And this is one of my favorite stories because he's hiding on a mountain in a cave because he's afraid he's going to die. I think it's Elijah, because it was after he had a fight with the prophets of Baal, and, you know, fire, and it was a cool story. Love those stories. But he's hiding, and we've talked about this before, right? God sent an earthquake. God wasn't in the earthquake. God sent a big fire. We know something about forest fires out here. They're pretty terrifying. God wasn't in the fire, right? God did all kinds of things, and then God said, get ready, because I'm going to pass by. And he put his cloak over his head to hide his eyes, because a man can't be in the presence, like the physical presence of God. So many cars today. Those people don't live on my street, I know. But he goes out, and it's a gentle breeze. God comes by, and it's a gentle breeze, guys. And in this busy world, it's so easy to miss that voice, to not hear what God is saying to us. It's so easy to miss the point, to miss the voice of God, because he's not screaming, he's not shaking the earth, he's not blowing up volcanoes. God's sitting right there going, hey, it's me. I'm right here. Take a minute, let's talk. Let's have a cup of coffee. Guys, I love the saying, I love the races. Dave and I are both off this coming weekend. We'll be over in Black Diamond area. I'd say come out and watch and cheer for us. But I think Dave's taking his whole youth group Saturday. And I'm going Sunday with the team because I've got another race on Saturday. I say come cheer for us, but you got to pay to park, and you got to pay for tickets to even be there to watch people. More cars, they don't live on my street. It's an absolute pain. So, you know, I'd say come visit us on the races this weekend, but I wouldn't ask you to spend the money to do it. But guys, we're going to be over this weekend. I'm running 2 events. He's running, I think, 1, not sure. He may be doing 2, you never know. Dave just randomly does them sometimes. He may show up on Sunday after doing it Saturday and do it again, I don't know. But, you know, we love doing this stuff, and I love this saying because I love trying to take myself out of my comfort zone, because I like to sit in my comfort zone. I think you do too. But guys, while you should definitely have a lot of first times, try something new, routine isn't a bad thing. And anymore, we've got that, people have scared that out of your head. For some reason, we're in a whole like 30-year gap of people not liking to plan ahead, not liking to commit to things ahead of time. Pre-registration is always low for the event, and has been for the last 10 years, I can tell you. Why? Because we don't like to commit to anything until the last minute, right? Because we feel trapped. And I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with committing ahead of time. There's nothing wrong with planning ahead. But guys, in this day and age of busy, put it in your schedule. It's really easy to get lost. Oh my goodness, more than trucks. It's easy to get lost in time, guys. It's easy to get lost in everything we have going day to day, and all the things that are offered out there, and all the opportunities, and all the just constant. Guys, plan in your time with God. Have a cup of coffee with God if you drink coffee. Have some quiet time. Have a meadow time, whatever you want to call it. Take 2 to 5 minutes a day. Carve out that time. Put it on your calendar if you need to. Preferably, put a meeting reminder in there like I do. Put it on your calendar, guys. Take a few minutes, have a cup of coffee with God, and see what a difference that makes in your life when you stop and listen and actually just spend time with God. Thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you're enjoying coffee time. I like it. Until then, I'll see you next time for a cup of coffee. God bless.